You always get this question from the TV people, but Cougar fans want to know year to year just how the team's looking and what has you most excited about coming into this season?
You know, from the end of last season until now, what they've done in the offseason, we've this is a new football team, and every year is a new football team because the turnover and players that leave from veterans and so on and so forth to new young players emerging as leaders, and they've done an outstanding job in the offseason and everything. And you're just seeing consistency in who they are as people off the field, and then their work ethic is improved dramatically. You know, in the summer training and summer school, from the grades have been outstanding to our work ethic according to our strength coaches. And so that's what we've been working to get towards, is to have a program that has that kind of solid work ethic throughout the team, and you know, and does all the right things, because ultimately that allows them all to just get better.
You mentioned leadership, and kind of name off some of the guys who you're going to be looking to lead this team this year.
Well, I mean, we have some experienced football players. Alex Hoffman on defense should provide excellent leadership, along with you know, Travis Long, you know, Tyree Toomer, Nolan Washington. Those are players on defense that have played a lot of football and have been great leaders on offense. Jeff Toole, B.J. Garrett, Jared Carstetter, you know, just to name a few. There's more. But all those guys have done a nice job, and you know, we've got some solid leaders, and they've all done a good job, really good job.
Coming off last season and the success you guys had toward the end, has there been a different feel in your travels this summer and such about Cougar football? You know, the Pac-12 Media Day, heading over to New York, and just I guess the perspective and perception of what, you know, Cougar football has become.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that there's definitely some people that have noticed, particularly in the coaching world, who watch game tape weekly and see it, and you know, the colleagues that I talk to, you know, I get a lot of positive feedback from them and how we've improved and where we were and where we're headed. So that's all good stuff. But you know, we got a lot of work to do this camp. You know, we are who we are today, and then we've got a full camp in front of us where we got to take a big step. You know, that's our next goal really, is to we got to have one heck of a fall camp before our first game.
Do you look at the split divisions in the Pac-12 as more favorable as far as not having to compete against 9 other teams now in the division? You only have 5 other ones in there. Do you feel like it's more attainable for the Cougars to be successful this year?
Well, I mean, we're still playing 9 league games, and no other conference at the BCS level does that. You know, so that's extremely challenging. Number one. You know, in our division, the North Division, it's a strong division. If you look at the teams in it right now, it's strong. And but I do like the format. I think it's a breath of fresh air in the change of what we've done in the Pac-10 now to the Pac-12. And I think the non-conference games mean more now. And I say that in terms of, you know, the team with the best record gets to host that championship game, and so there's a little bit more value in every game. Particularly your non-conference games, and so I think, you know, that's another incentive for people, and there's another championship that can be won in a season. So I like the change. It'll be interesting to see how it goes, but I anticipate nothing but a positive from this whole change.
Paul, with a couple of hits you've taken depth-wise on the offensive line, how many guys would you feel comfortable playing? You know, if you had a game today.
Yeah, you know, some of us gonna have to be dependent on it through camp, you know. But you know, if you look at our starting lineup today, and obviously that can change. Obviously those 5, and then you look at the guys that are listed as backups today that could end up starting. You know, I see guys like Dan Spitz with a lot of work in front of him, but with all the ability as a guy that should be able to be a major contributor when it's all said and done. Taylor Meehan is a guy listed as a backup that should be a guy that without question already will be competing for a starting job, so that makes 7. I think Rico Forbes might be in that mix without question. I think Jacob Rogers with playing time has shown a lot. That's, you know, there's 9 guys. Elliot Bosch is one that played a little bit last year, has had an excellent offseason. You know, that gives you right or close to whatever that number is, 10. And so, you know, it just depends on how those guys evolve through camp. So I think we've got some guys there I think we're still, Brent Anderson is another guy that might factor in there in some capacity, and so, and then Matt Getz, who's got 3 years to play, is going to get in the mix right away as well. So, we got a number of players that have the potential to really raise their level of performance through camp and through the first 3 games. And like I said, hopefully we will develop some really solid depth in the offensive line as we move forward.